EGCSE Mathematics Paper 3 Final Examination 2024. And this is a 1 hour 30 minutes paper. Additional materials: scientific calculator and geometry instruments, and then straight to question number 1. Question number 1 requires you to arrange the numbers in order of size, starting with the smallest. So to take care of this question, you first need to convert them to decimal numbers so that you can easily compare. Now let's just convert them to decimals. I'll need a calculator for that. The first number there, it's 17, and 17, we all know that's 0.17, and then your 6 over 68 divided by 399, that is giving us 0.17042, 0.17042, and then the next number 0.055 pi, that's 0.1727, maybe let's write 9. The next number, it's time, 10 degrees. It's giving us a 0.1763, maybe 3. Just round it off. The last one, it's obvious, that's 0.107. And then which number is the smallest amongst them all? So the smallest number, all of them are 0.1, and then the other one, it's 0.107. so that's the smallest amongst them all, 0.107, followed by the rest of the numbers are 0.17, and then it continues. 17% should be the next number since it ends at 0.17. there is nothing after that, so that should be the next number. And then mind you, you are not allowed to just write 0.17, but rather you are supposed to write your 70% like that. Next number, let's compare between the 3 consecutive numbers, which is the 68 and 399, 0.055 pi and tan 10. All of them are 0.17. And then you have 0.2, 279, 633. So the next one, it's obviously the 0.17042. So that's your 68 on 399. Next number, let's compare between these two. The 0.055 pi and tan 10, which is the smallest. It's obviously the 0.055 pi. The next number, or the last number, should be your tan, 10 degrees. Nice, then you get your 2 marks on that one. Next question, do not use a calculator. Work out the following. Show all working. When you are dealing with mixed numbers, you are first required to convert them to improper fractions. So converting 3 and 3 over 5 to an improper fraction, you are going to multiply your 5 by 3, and then your 3 times 5. 3 times 5, and then you add the numerator, that's 3. So that's 3 times 5 is 15, plus 3, that's 18. So this is equals to 18 over 5. And then the other one, 1 and 2 over 3, that's 3 multiplied by 1, then plus 2. This is going to give you 3 plus 2, it's 5 over 3. Now let's work them. So you are actually adding your 18 over 5. You are actually subtracting 18 over 5 and 5 over 3. So what's the LC? Alright, the issue of the LC is actually confusing. Let's do this. Let's go to Library Office and do this calculation. Here it's much friendly. And then this is going to look something like this. Like that. So in dealing with such fractions, you do something more like a cross multiplication. So you are going to say 18 multiplied by 3, and then minus the other cross multiplication, that's 5 multiplying 5, and then all of this should be over your 5 times 3. 5 times 3, and this is going to look something like this. Shift Alt E. Next, 80 times 3. I think we'll need our calculator for that. 18 times 3. 80 times 3, that's 54. So you are having 54 minus 5 multiplied by 5. Don't forget you are not allowed to use your calculator. So multiplying 18 and 3, you should know, or just do the natural multiplication. You are going to get the 54, and then 5 times 5, that's 25. And then this should be over 50. Now let's write this thing well. Next, 54 minus 25. It's giving us 29. So we are having here 29 over 50. And then you must simplify this to do something like 1, and then 40 over 50, and that should be your final answer. Thank you. Next question. Let's just first write this answer here. So this is 1. Just write the 29 over 50. Now for this question, just for 2 marks. You are dividing fractions. When dividing fractions, you don't need to stress yourself. So that's your 7 on 9. You change the division to a multiplication, and then you reciprocate the following fraction. It becomes your 3 over 5. And then your 7 times 3, that's giving you 85. Sorry, 7 times 3, it's 21. Divide by 9 times 5, it should be 45. Now, is there anything that can go in both numbers? Not sure of that. Let's try this. 3 will divide into 1 here. Divide 1 times here, and then in the 9, since it's a denominator, it's going to divide into 3, and then you are actually multiplying your 7 on 3 by 1 on 5. So this is actually giving you a 7 over 50. So this is actually your 7 over 50. Next question. Write correct to the nearest 1000. Nearest 1000, we all know. Let's check. That's ones. Sorry, that's ones, 10th, 100. Then this is 10th, 100,000. It's actually this number here. So what's the principle? You add from that side. So this is actually going to be 8. Since 8 is more than 5, it's just going to be a plus 1. So it's going to give you 134.976 to the nearest 1000. 2 decimal place. Assuming this question was supposed to be to the nearest decimal, to 1 decimal place. This was supposed to be to 1 decimal place. So writing 134.978 to 1 decimal place. 1 decimal place, it's this number here. Just underline that, and then throw an arrow from that. Sorry. And then since that number it's more than 5, you add 1 plus 1. Nice one. And then 9 plus 1 is giving you a 10. So this is actually going to be 1, 3, 5. Since you've carried the 1 and say the 4 plus 1, that's 5.0. And then there is this temptation to say 0 is actually nothing. So you might be tempted to leave it. Once you leave the 0, just know you've rounded it off to the nearest whole number, or to the nearest ones. So this is the correct one for the nearest 1 decimal place. Next question. Mpo said all prime numbers are odd. Give an example to show that Mpo is not correct. All prime numbers are odd. First of all, you need to remember that an odd number is a number that can be divided by 2 and leaves a remainder of 1. So let's just list the set of prime numbers here. Set of prime numbers, we have 2. We have 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, and so forth. So amongst these numbers, seems like almost all of them, when you divide by 2, they will leave you a remainder of 1, but except for 2. 2 is not an odd number. Hence, 4 is not correct. Next question. Write as a fraction in simplest form 0.375. And then for this, you're just going to say it's 375 over how many numbers after the decimal point? There are 3, so add 3 zeros like that. And then let's simplify that. It's giving you a 375 over 1,000. Should we divide by 50? Should we divide by 5 over 5? How do we simplify that? Just a moment, calculate. And this is giving you a 3 over 8. 3 over 8. Next question. As a percentage, just say 375 over 1,000. Multiply by 100. The 2 zeros are going to chop. And then you are getting your 37.5%. Next question. Write 37.5% in 37.5 centimeters to kilometers. Let's try. What do we know? We know that 100 centimeters is going to give you 1 meter. So let's convert that to 37.5 centimeters to x. Then do the cross multiplication there. You are going to get that your x is equals to 1 multiplied by 37.5 divided by 100. And this is going to give you 0.375 watt meters. Then from meters to kilometers, what do we know? We know that 1,000 meters is equals to 1 kilometer. Then 0.375 meters to x. And then that means that let's put y for interest sake. Then your y is going to be equals to 1 times 0.375 all over 1,000. So that's 1, 2, 3. And this is giving you 0.12375 kilometers. Just write the answer here, 0.000375. Next question. Write 134,004 in numeric. So to do this, let's do it in this format. This is 100,000. Ignore the rest, then write 100,000. 100,000. Then next, it's 34,000. So just push it a little bit, then put 34,000. Next number, it's and 4. 1, 2, 3. So it's obviously the last one there. 4. So if you add everything there, just add everything, you are going to get your 134,004. That's 134,004. Nice one. Next question. A trapezium is shown below. What do we know about the trapezium? Two sides are parallel. Nice one. Now you are required to find the value of A and B. So to find A, we can use the property of co-interior angles. That the angle here, the property of co-interior angle is saying this angle plus this angle is going to give you 180 degrees. So let's just use that. So you have your B plus 79 to give us 180 degrees. Reason for this co-interior angles. So B is now equals to 180 minus 79. And then this is going to give you B is equals to 101 degrees. So let's write that for our 1 mark, 101. Next, it's A. Find A. So to find A, you can still use the property of co-interior or use the sum of angles in a quadrilateral. Let's use that. So using co-interior angles, we know what's happening. This angle plus another angle here should give us 180 degrees. So let's call that angle Y. So that your Y plus 105 is equals to 180 degrees. Reason those are co-interior angles. So your Y is equals to 180 minus 105. Then your Y is now equals to 180 minus 105. 180 minus 105. 75 degrees. 75 degrees. And then your Y and A are now angles on a straight line. And then already know that angles on a straight line are going to give you 180 degrees. So these two are angles on a straight line. So they should give us 180 degrees. So your A plus 75 is equals to, that's equals to 180, which simply means that A is equals to 180 minus 75 degrees. This is equals to 105 degrees. So it's right that there. So 105 degrees. Now, alternatively, you could have noticed that from here to here, then this to this, this to that, are giving us a letter Z, which gives us, what do we call these angles? They are called alternating angles. So these are alternating angles. This angle is equal to that. So just like that. Then next question, you are required to calculate the area of a trapezium. Area of a trapezium is equals to half A plus B, where your A plus where your A and B, those are the parallel sides, times multiplied by the perpendicular height H. So the area is going to be equals to 0.5 multiplied by A plus B. Your A is 10, your B is 14. 10 plus 14 multiplied by the perpendicular height, it's 6. Let's just use our calculator in this case. Zero 0.5 multiplied by 10 plus 14 times 6, 72. So this is giving us that the area is equals to 72 units squared. 72. Next question. Draw all symmetries. Draw all lines of symmetry for this figure. The lines of symmetry, the first one is going to go through like that. Let me try to use a straight line. This is the first line of symmetry, and then the other one, it's this one, and there is no another one. Then state the order of rotational symmetry. So the order of rotational symmetry is asking if I can be rotating this figure around where these two lines are intersecting. How many times can it repeat its form or get to how it was actually standing until the first full cycle? So that's going to be 2 times. So the order of rotational symmetry is 2. Next question. In the diagram below, find ABC and are similar. Then you are required to find the length of AE. Now, when it comes to this, already you were told that ABC is similar to ADE. So all you need to do, just note this. First 2 should be over first 2. So it's AB over AD. This should be equals to the last 2 is BC over DE. The last, first and last, that's AC over UAE. Now let's check what are we given. What are we required to find? AE. Then what are we given? We are given AC, BC. So you are going to get to use these ones, these two combinations, to find that solution. Let's find the solution. So the solution is going to be, what's BC? BC is 2.9 divided by DE, 5.8. This is equals to AC 4 over AE. Now let's do cross multiplication. You are getting your 2.9. AE is equals to 4 multiplied by 5.8, which implies that your AE is equals to 4.4 times 5.8 divide by 2.9. Let's bring in our calculator. Let's use our calculator to see. So it's going to be 4 multiplied by 5.8 divided by 2.9, and then it's giving us 8 units. This is equals to 8. Let's just write 8 centimeters. Next question, find BCA. B C A. So we are required to find this angle here. How do we find that angle? Let's use the geometric properties. Just one mark. First of all, this angle here, it's 40 degrees because they are vertically opposite. That's 40 degrees. And this angle here is going to be 60 degrees since they are alternating angles. So the angle we are looking for using sum of angles in a triangle is going to be 180 minus 60 plus 40. So you'll be CA is equals to 180 minus 60 plus 40. 60 plus 40, and then this is going to give you B. CA is equals to 180 degrees minus 60 plus 40, it's 100. So this is BCA is equals to 80 degrees. So this is 80 degrees. Next question. Solve. This is a trigonometry equation you are required to solve and find two angles here. That's not a problem. First things first, let's find the reference angle. The reference angle in this case is going to be arctan. Arctan 5/12. Let's check from our calculator. Arctan 5/12. Arctan not defined. What's the matter now? Use another calculator here. Arctan 5/12. It's giving me, what's the answer here? 22.6. This is equals to 22.6 degrees. So this is telling us that we have an angle of 22 degrees, and this angle can be in any of the 4 quadrants. But in our case, you have your tan, and it's negative. So in which quadrant is tan negative? Just recall this. You have your cast. So that's your cast. So that's cast to all students say coffee. So turn is positive from first quadrant and third quadrant. So it's negative on the second quadrant and the fourth quadrant, obviously. So in the second quadrant, you are going to say 180 minus the reference angle. And then in the fourth quadrant, it's 360 minus the reference angle. So x is equals to second quadrant 180 minus 22.6, or x is equals to 360 minus 22.6. Now let's just use our calculator to find the solutions. One 180 minus 22.6. What's that? Calculator is mad now. If 155 and 57.4, other one 360 minus 22.6, 337.4. Now let's write it. 157.4, 337.4. Next question. The diagram below shows a circle with center O, and then AZ is the tangent to the circle at A. Now find angle X. So from there, what we notice is that this is equals to that, because both of them are radius from the same circle, so they must be equal. And then it tells us that triangle AOB is actually an isosceles triangle. We can call this angle Y, and that one too Y, because they are base angles of an isosceles. Y plus 114 should give us 180. Sum of angles in a triangle is obviously, then your 2y is equals to 180 minus 114. Then your y is equals to 180 minus 114. Obviously, this should be 33. Sorry. 66 over 2. Then this is equals to 33. So y is actually 33. Then what is x? So what we should know is that angle OAB is 90 degrees, because that's where a tangent is meeting the radius. So where a tangent meets the radius, that's 90 degrees. So to find your x, then your x is equals to 90 minus 33, which is going to give you a 60. It's 57 degrees. Then you are done for the 2 marks. You're already in question 10. Then question 10. The cuboid A is similar to cuboid B. The volume of the cuboid A is 120, and then you are required to find the value of x. If you are told the volume of a rectangular cylinder is equals to length times breadth times height. So this is 120 is equals to the length 8 breadth 5, and then height it's h, and then this is 120 is equals to 8 times 5, that's 40, h divided by 40 both sides, then your h is equals to 3. Maybe let's use the x here. So x is equals to 3. Then the volume of the cuboid B, it's 405. Work out y. It's not a problem. So if two objects are similar, what you should know is that they actually are they have a ratio. They are proportional to each other. The ratio of their corresponding sides is actually the same, which means in this case you are going to have your aside from divide by aside from B. This is going to give us the ratio or the proportion, and then aside from that one it's 8 from the smaller one, or rather cuboid A is 8, and then aside from the bigger one it's y. So h, that is telling us that it's actually proportional in the ratio 8 over y. But then now that we are given volume, and volume is in 3 dimensions, while your length it's 1 dimension, so you need to cube this one. So basically cubing that, you are going to have your 8 over y to the power 3. This should be equals to the volume of the smaller box, it's 120, divided by the volume of the larger box, which is 405. Let's solve for y. Solving for y, you are going to take the cube root on both sides, and then taking the cube root on both sides, you are going to have your 8 over y is equals to the cube root of 120 over 405. And this is giving me a 0 point. Then solving for y, you are going to get that your y is equals to 8 over that number there. So let's just put it in our calculator to see the answer. So it's 8 divided by that, and this is giving us let me bring this here to this working space to work with it this side. Then you have your 8 over y, and then since it's in 1 dimension, you have to cube that so that it matches the dimensions of the volume, which is 120 over 405. And then your 8 cubed is going to be 64 over y cubed. Maybe. And this should be equals to your 120 divided by 405. Nice one. Then from there, let's do the proper manipulation. Cross multiplying gives us 64 times 405 is equals to 120 y cubed. Next, then from there, divide by 120 on both sides. You are going to get that. You are going to get that your y cubed is actually equals to 64 times 405 divided by 120. Then let's put this thing in a calculator so that your y is equals to the cube root of everything there. Basically, as the cube root, I can put it in there, and then the answer is going to be 12, which simply means that you are going to have 12 in here. That all this manipulation, you are going to get that your y is equals to 12. The idea is converting the length and the volume to same dimensions. Next question. You are given matrices here. Then your C is equals to K multiplied by A plus your B. So let's go and work this one out. We have our C equals to K C is equals to K A plus B, like that. And then you'll see it's 10, 5. So this is equals to K times what's this matrix? matrix A. Matrix A is 3, -1. It's 3, -1. Then plus matrix B. What is matrix B? It's 4, 7. Matrix B, it's just 4 and 7 there. Now let's work out that. So this is basically going to give you this thing as it is. It's going to give you this thing as it is, but then let's put in the k inside here so that you have your 3k and then your -k. Then from there, you are going to have your it's 3k plus 4. And then the other one, it's -1 plus 7. Then let's match. Sorry, it's -k, this one. So it's either, let me try using the second equation. 5 is equals to -k plus 7, which in turn tells me if I take 7 to the other side, -2 is equals to -k, which simply means that k is equals to 2. Now if I take the first equation, 10 is equals to 3k plus 4. Take it to the other side, and then that's 6. This is going to give me 10 minus 4. It's 6 is equals to 3k divided by 3 on both sides. Then k is equals to 2. So it means that your k is actually equals to 2. Next question, express x in terms of p and q. That's a quick one. X, it's the longest. P is the longest. So x is equals to p, which is the longest, minus q. Express y in terms of p and q. Where is y? In terms of p and q, p and r rather. So this is y is equals to p minus r. Hence write down the length of the shaded region in terms of pq and r. Shaded region is actually your p minus x minus y. So let's just write it like that. So the shaded region, shaded, is actually your p minus x minus r. Sorry, minus x minus y. And then this is going to be equals to your p minus, what is x? My x, what's p? Minus q. Then your y, my y, it's p minus r. So this thing, it's in turn giving me p minus p plus q minus p plus r. Then that is going to give me overall, it's giving me Q minus P plus R. And that's the solution. Next question, question number 13. You are required to solve the following inequality, which is a double inequality. So to make it even more simpler, let's multiply throughout by 2. 4 times 2, 8, less or equals to 11 minus x on 2 times 2. The denominator is gone. Then you are left with 11 minus x less than 8 times 2, that's 16. Then from there, let's break this thing into 2 inequalities. The first inequality is going to be 8 less or equals to 11 minus x. And then solving for x from this one, let's take x to the other side. Then you have your x plus 8 less or equals to 11. Take 8 to the other side. Then your x is less or equals to 11 minus 8. That's giving us 3. Let's check the other one. It's going to be the 11 minus x less than 16. Then let's take the x to the other side. Then you are going to have your 11 minus, it's less than 16 plus x. Take the 16 to the other side. Then you are going to have your 11 minus 16 is actually less than x. Then from there, 11 minus 16, that's giving you 5 less than x. Now we need to combine these two inequalities. We definitely have to use a number line for that. That's our number line there. Then put the smaller number this side, put the bigger number that side. Smaller number, what are you? The smaller number is 3, bigger number is 5. And then let's read these inequalities. This one, it's saying 11x less or equals to 3. So since it's less or equals to, you are going to use a shaded circle, something like this. Let's shade it, shade it, shade it, shade it, shade it, shade it. And then less than x, it's going that direction. The other one, x less than, it's x greater than 5. So it's an open circle. Then greater than 5, it's going that direction. So the solution are the both of them. And then you are combining them with O. So it's x less or equals to 3 or x greater than 5. And that's your solution. Let's put it just there. Next, solving an equation. Same applies to this one. We first need to get rid of the denominators, or rather do what? Cross multiplication. If we cross multiply here, this is going to multiply that. And then this is multiplying that. So what do we get in doing that? You are going to get your 5 into 8 minus x. This is equals to 2 into 2x plus 2. And then this is giving you 40 minus 5x is equals to 4x plus 4. Now let's check. Let's take 4 to the other side. Subtracting 4 on both sides, you are going to get 40 minus 4 minus 5x is equals to 4x, and 4 minus 4 is 0. Then add 5x on both sides. 40 minus 4, that's 36, is equals to 4x plus 5x. Then 36 is equals to 9. X divided by 9 on both sides. X is equals to 4. Nice. X equals to 4. Next question. What's this? What's that? G of x. So you are required to find your g of x. These are composite function. You were given your f, g of x, which you know very well. This is equals to your f into g of x. And then what was your f? G of x, that's 3 minus 4x. This is equals to, write the function f of x as it is 3 minus 6x, but then instead of x put your g, and then solve for g. Solving for g, you are going to subtract 3 from both sides, then you get your minus 4x is equals to minus 6g. Then divide by minus 6g on both sides, then you are going to get that your g is equals to 4x divided by 6, which is equals to, g is actually your 2 over 3x. Nice one. Next question, you were given f multiplied by, please take note of the notation, it's multiplied. You were given f of h multiplied by your your h of x to give you 6x minus 12x squared. And then from there, what function can you multiply h to get? What function can you use to multiply f? And then what was your f? 3 minus 6x. So put this in brackets, 3 minus 6x times h of x. This is actually equals to 6x minus 12x squared. So you can either divide both sides by negative by 3 minus 6x, or simply say, okay, this thing is 3 minus 6x times h. This is equals to, let's see, we have a common factor on both functions. For this one, the common factor is 3. So let's take out 3, then you will be left with 1 plus 2x. Then this side, common factor is 6x into 1 plus 2x. I think we're getting there already. Let's divide both sides by 3 times 1 plus 3x. If we divide both sides by 3 into 1 minus 2x, then you are going to get that your h of x is actually equals to 2x. Next question, you are required to find the inverse of 3 minus 6x. Finding the inverse of 3 minus 6x, you know your f, it's 3 minus 6x. Then what do? You swap your x and f, then your x is equals to 3 minus 6 times f. Then from there, let's just use y for this. Somehow confusing. We say you put y there, interchange x and y, then you make y the subject. So first things first, let's subtract 3 on both sides. Then your x minus 3 is equals to minus 6 y. Divide by minus 6 on both sides, then you are going to get that y is equals to 3 over 6, that's 1 over 2, minus 6 x over 6, and that's the inverse function. You can call it f inverse x. Write the equations of these lines in the form line passing through a point. You know, first find the gradient is equals to your y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, and then this one means that your m is equals to y2, that's negative 1 minus 8, all over negative 1 minus 2. Negative 1 minus 8, it's giving me a negative 9 over negative 3. Then this is giving me a gradient of 3. Nice one. Y minus y1 is equals to m into x minus x1. Then substituting the gradient and a point. For this one, you are substituting y1, x1, and m. So this is going to give you y minus negative 1 is equals to the gradient, it's 3 into x minus negative 1. Then this thing is giving you y plus 1 is equals to 3 into x plus 1. Then taking 1 to the other side, this is y is equals to 3x plus 3 minus 1. Then this one is telling you that y is equals to 3x plus 2. That's your equation. Next equation, line perpendicular to this one. First of all, you need to write the equation in the form. Write this equation to y plus 10 x equals to 4. Write this in the form y is equals to mx plus 6 so that you can extract the gradient. Then you just divide by 2 throughout. They are going to get that is y plus 5x is equals to 2. Then taking 5x to the other side, this is 5 is equals to negative 5x plus 2. Then extracting the gradient is negative 5. Negative 5 is the gradient of this line. Then a line perpendicular to this one, you know what number can you multiply 5 with? Gradient of the perpendicular is going to be, what number can you multiply negative 5 with to get a negative 1? So that number must be 1 over 5. Then now we have the gradient in the point. Then y is equals, y minus y1 is equals to m into x minus x1. Then this is y minus y1. Where are you? 5. is equals to 1 over 5 into x minus 0. Then this thing is giving me y is equals to 1 over 5x, and then taking the 5 to the other side, it becomes a plus 5. That's the equation. Next question, the lines this and that intersect at A. Find the coordinates of A. So all we need to do is to solve these two equations simultaneously. You have your 3 x plus y is equals to 11. From this, let's try to make y the subject. Y is equals to 11 minus 3x, and we can call this one our equation 3. Call this one equation 1. Then where is our equation 2? It's this one, 5x minus 2y is equals to 22. Let's call this equation 2. And then since we've made equation 3 from equation 1, let's substitute equation 3 into equation 2. So your 5x minus 2 into 11 minus 3x. This is equals to 22. Nice one. So this is 5x minus 2 times 11 is 22 minus 3 times, that's a 6x is equals to 22. Taking the 22 on the other side, adding this 2, it's 11x is equals to 44. Divide by 11 on both sides. This is going to give you that your x is equals to 4. Then what is y? Y is equals to 11 minus 3 times 4. So y is equals to 11 minus 3 times 4, that's 12. Then your y is equals to -1. So x, it's 4. Y, it's -1. Next question, indicate the angle between the slant height and the perpendicular height is 20. And then the perpendicular height is 4. Calculate the base area. So to find the base area, we need to find the radius first. What's the radius? So to find the radius, we need to treat that triangle there. This triangle. So we have your opposite and adjacent. So it's tan. So your tan 20 is equals to the opposite is r over the adjacent, it's 4. So r, which is the radius, is equals to 4 tan 20, and then 4 tan 20. It's 1.4. Let me write it as this. This is equals to 1.455, blah blah. Then, since I'm looking for the area of a circle is equals to pi r squared, pi r squared. So the area is equals to pi multiplied by this one all squared. What does it give me? 6 point. So the area is equals to 6 point, which is approximately 6.66 centimeters squared. 6.66. Then a hemisphere has a volume of the sphere, surface area, calculate the radius of the hemisphere. So you are given the volume 134 is equals to 4/3 times pi times r to the power 3. That's the volume. Then just need to divide everything. 134 divided by 4/3 times pi. What's the answer for this one? And this is going to give me the r cubed. It's giving me that. So my r cubed is equals to that. Then taking the cube root on both sides, you are going to get that your r is equals to 3 point, which is approximately 3.17. Here's surface area of the hemisphere, surface area of a sphere. Made an error here. Made an error. This one is hemisphere they are talking about. And then I wanted to find the radius of the hemisphere. It's either just put 2 here, and then this thing it's giving me 63. Then this thing giving me 3.99, which is approximately 4.00. This one should be nice one. The cave surface area of the hemisphere. So to find the surface area of a sphere is that divide that thing by 2, then it's 2 pi r squared. So this is 2 pi r squared is equals to 2 pi times 4 squared. And then this is giving me 100, which is approximately 100. Next question, use the frequency table, state the modal class. Modal, most appearing. So obviously this one, so it's 71 to 85. That's the modal class. Use the table to calculate the mean. So how do we find the mean? You find the midpoints and call them x. Let's do this. Need to write something like that. Then this is your x, and then you just add 36 plus 65. 36 plus 65 on 2. It's giving me 50.5. Then 66 plus 85 divided by 2, 75.5. Last one, 86 plus 95 divided by 2, it's 90.5. Then you are going to find your xf. xf is x times f. We are multiplying the frequency by x. So if you multiply 20 by 50.5, 20 times 50.5, this is giving us 10. Next, it's 75.5 times 30. Two 6. 2265. Next, it's 90.5 times 4. 362. 90.5 times 4. This is giving me 362. All right. Then let's find the sums. Sum of the frequency. That's 54. Then the sum for this one, it's 10 plus 2265 plus 362, 3637. So the mean will be equals to the frequency times x divided by the frequency. Talking about the sum in this case. So the mean is now equals to 3637 all over 54. And this is giving me 67.35. 185. And this is approximately 67.4. Let me write the answer here. 67.4. Next question, possibility space A, the number on A. What is this thing? Possibility space outcomes for type A and type B. Find the probability that the number on type A is straight. So getting a 3 from type A, it's all these outcomes here. all these outcomes here. All these outcomes here. How many are they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 36. So this is 6 on 36. No need to be thinking of that. 6 on the numbers on both dies are prime. So to get prime numbers, let's check. This is 1. So this one is completely out because all these outcomes are going to have a 1 and 1 is not prime. Let's check this. 2 is a prime but 1 is not. 2 and is prime. So this is the first outcome. Second outcome, 2 and 3. Third outcome, 2 and 4 is not. 2 and 5. Next, let's come here. 3 and 1, 1 is not. 3 and 2, they are both prime. 3 and 3, both prime. 3 and 5, they are both prime. Let's check this one. All of these ones are out because 4 it's not a prime number. Let's check 5 and 1. 1 is not prime. 5 and 2, and then 5 and 3, and then you 5 and no, this is out. This is 5 and 5, they are prime. So as the total this, that's 369 on 36. Don't forget to simplify these answers. 9 on 36 is actually 1 over 4. 6 on 36, this is actually 1 on 6. The product of the two numbers is 12. So let's check again. Product is 12. What number can you multiply by 1 to get 12? There is actually 12. And 12 is not there. And then what number can you multiply by 2 to get 12? That's 6. So that's the first one. This one, 3, can be multiplied by 4 to get 12. Is there any other number? Let's come here. 4 can be multiplied by 3 to get 12. Then 5 can be not number. 6 cannot be multiplied by any. Try moving this side. 6 can be multiplied by 2. 5, no. So it's actually 3 on 36. And this is actually divided by 3. That's 1 over 12. The unshaded region represents x greater or equals to 2. On the same set of x, shade the unwanted regions x greater than 2. X greater or equals to 2. It's already shaded. Then y minus x is greater than 2. Let's first try to write this thing as y is equals to x minus 2. Let's try to draw that line. X minus 2, it's actually this line here. Sorry. That's why it's x minus 2. And then you are required to shade above that line, but unwanted it's below. So shading below that, you are supposed to be shading this side That's too much taking my time. My time is actually up for this. Then this one. Divide throughout by 7. And then take this thing to the other side. You are going to have that y is actually equals to 5 over 7x plus 7. It's 5 actually. So how does this one look like? Probably that's negative. So this is actually this line from there. From here. Going down to this point here. Missed. Missed. Nice. And then it's actually less than, so you are going to be unwanted, it's above, so shade above that, and then you just shade here. Yeah, something like that. That's the actually what they were requiring you to do. Oh, we done. Thank you for staying tuned. Bye.